Hey, what's up, team? It's Sherman here from Boss Mod, soon to be called Geek Psychology. Haven't quite changed the name yet, though. Today we're talking about the ISTP. Before that, sorry about the delay. I've been busy. I just got married. Family was visiting from the States, and going on my honeymoon soon. So thought I'd squeeze this four-member party explanation in. So ISTP, before we get into it, also just a brief explanation of how this whole thing works. So you have 4 different parts of your mental wiring that I like to talk about here. And this is kind of what the MBTI focuses on, but it doesn't actually break it down and explain it all. So that's what I want to do as well. The first one is your dominant cognitive function, and this is kind of like what you've preferred to do for most of your life. It's kind of how you exist in the world, whether it's introverted or extroverted, and kind of which function you've chosen. And in your case, it's introverted thinking. We'll break it down in a bit. But I consider this to be like a mage, an Arcanist. And I think of the introverted functions as kind of like elves, and the extroverted functions kind of like dwarves. I know not everybody wants to be an elf or a dwarf, and that's fine. It's just kind of a way to look at it, right? Helps clear some things up and make it fun. So that's your dominant function, that's your hero, but you need other aspects, okay? Introverted thinking is a decision-making function. It's a judging function. So you need a way to gather information and learn about the world too. And that's where your auxiliary function comes in. That's extroverted sensing for you. And I consider it to be like a dwarf berserker. This dude with 2 hammers that just runs in and wants to have fun fighting some people, some noobs. And so this is kind of how you learn about the world. And we'll break that down as well. So after that, you have your tertiary function. Your tertiary function is what I call the newbie. This is the way that you kind of protect your desire to live in the introverted world. Okay, so when you don't want to go out there and experience the things outside of yourself that are kind of like scary and whatnot, then you just rely on the newbie and his way of learning and gathering information. So it's the polar opposite of the auxiliary function, and it is introverted intuition for you. I think of it like an elf hunter or a sentinel. Really slow, one shot, one kill, kind of a sniper, tracks its enemy and predicts where it's going and fires that shot to take it out. So a lot of vision and prediction and switching perspectives and whatnot. And after that is your escort. Your escort is what's technically called your inferior cognitive function. It can be aspirational as well, and this is what causes you issues in a lot of aspects of your life, and it's because it's the mirror opposite of your dominant function. It's the opposite of your hero style. So like I said, your dominant function, your hero, is this Arcanist, this elf mage, right? And your inferior function, or your escort, is this it's a dwarf healer. It's kind of like a cleric. It's more close and personal. It's kind of similar to a paladin. And what it really is extroverted feeling, and maybe even just the word feeling was kind of like, ugh, I don't want to deal with it. And that's because, focusing on the feelings in the outer world, the extroverted area, right, clouds that internal logical understanding, the technical understanding of how things work. So you focus on your hero's style, and that means you kind of suppress that other side, the polar opposite, those feelings in the outer world. All right, so let's get a little bit more in depth on the different classes working like within your mental party here. So I said you have that Sentinel as your hero. Some of the abilities that I have written down here in my MacBook are amplify magic, so increase understanding by finding that one piece of information that makes everything click. You like to take information in and categorize it and figure out where it belongs and how you can use that as leverage to make better, correct decisions. And that's really important to you. It's not important to everybody, but that's how your style works. And it's a matter of understanding the world through your own subjective experiences and like your personal understanding of it. It doesn't have to be charts and graphs and stuff like that, right? It's just, does this make technical, logical sense to you? If it does, then you can use that as the correct decision. And like I said, in leverage. Another ability is Arcane Blast, detached impersonal criticism of an object or situation. That radical honesty type thing. Just, if you don't think it's the right choice, you're like, fuck it. This isn't the right choice. Sorry, maybe I should go easy on the swears. It's just like you are very willing to express when somebody's messing up and when the situation just doesn't fit with how your logical understanding of the world works. That's your model of the world, right? Arcane Brilliance, of course, had to throw that one in there. Logical analysis. Mages love to learn and have an uncanny ability to focus specifically on gathering information about the subject of interest. If you're interested in it, you focus on it and you just want to take in all that information. Let's see what else. Blink. All elves, introverted functions, have this ability to step back and analyze the situation. And so when combat starts and when you have new information coming in, you don't process that really well in real time. You want to naturally step back and just figure it out before you interact with it. Dwarves run in there and put their hands on it and move things around and shoot it and see what it's like in the moment. But elves, like myself and you, just take that step back. Assess it first. See how we feel about it, how we understand it, and then approach it. I think that's good. I mean, there's a lot in there. Slow time, calm and calculated analysis of a situation. You don't get heated up too easily with emotions, and you're just kind of looking at it, understanding it, assessing, checking for bugs in the logic. Spell steal, take information and data from another source and internalize it. So you take that information, you put it in your model of understanding, and then you use that to understand other things. If I don't forget, I'll explain that a little bit more with your companion. And true sight, basically looking for accuracy. So that's your hero, that's your style. That's what you like to do, and it works out really well for you. It's pretty cool. But There are 3 other members. Your companion, that extroverted sensing, is kind of like a dwarf berserker, like a warrior, right? This is where you go to when you want to just actively understand the world. This is that part of you that wants to just grab something and fiddle with it, to take it apart and understand it. And I got a little bit of, I got a suggestion, let's word it like that, that intuition and thinking make the mage kind of idea, right? But I think to me, it's more introverted thinking, or just thinking in general, that's a mage. And the sensing is just a different aspect, right? It's a different way of wielding mage skills. So it's that up close and personal aspect of it. It's in the here and now, right? Berserkers want to run in, swing at things, hit it, feel how it feels when they swing their hammer and they hit that armor, right? And then analyze it, take it apart, get that leverage and that understanding, and do it again, right? Or use that in the next swing, the next attack, whatever it is. It's very here and now, sensory-based understanding of the world. Just how heavy something is, how it smells, tastes, feels, all that stuff. The heat, temperature, time even, I guess. So whatever you can analyze in the current situation. I was thinking of this as like your berserker buddy, your companion that helps you out in these situations. He runs in, okay? Runs in through this hall in the dungeon, and he triggers a trap, okay? He's okay, he can brush it off, right? But then you, as this Arcanist, you look at the trap, you kind of take it apart, you fiddle with it, you get an understanding of how it works, and then next time you can see the trap and you can take it apart, you can say how to go around it, you can analyze other traps based on that one, right? They might not be exactly the same, but they have similarities to them. And that's kind of how I see those two working out. Yeah, I think that's good. So it's not theory-based or anything like that, like intuition and thinking would be. It's active, grasping the real thing, taking it apart, figuring it out, using your subjective understanding of it, and going forward with that. So your newbie, this is the place that you go to when you're kind of, let's see, like I said, when you need to defend your your desire to be introverted. So when you don't want to run out there and just explore the tangible reality of the world, then you go to this intuition side, introverted intuition. So it's kind of like an elf sentinel hunter. He's got his bow and arrow, and he's slow. And what introverted intuition does is it looks at different perspectives, kind of swaps them around, and synthesizes the patterns and the ideas so you can know exactly where this information is going, where people are moving, where everything is just leading to. And it can be good. It can be very helpful. But the problem is it's like a newbie for you, so it's kind of like a level 10 or some dude that just bought his account. He doesn't really know what he's doing all the time. And if you listen to your newbie too much, then you don't have an extroverted understanding, right? It's all subjective, and then you don't have a way of learning new things. It's just, what happened in my past? What do I know about all this stuff? And you're never willing to take in new information or ideas. So it can hurt you a lot, right? But it's also easy to do because it's introverted. It's kind of like two elves talking to each other. They don't need to use common language, which they might not be as good at. They can use elvish, and talk it out. So if you get really stressed out, yeah, you can take a step back, analyze the situation, look for patterns, then go back into your hero mode and think like, is this the accurate technical approach that I should be taking? After that, you have your escort. Your escort is, like I said, the polar opposite of your hero. So your hero, introverted thinking, your escort is extroverted feeling. It's that dwarf cleric style. And it's all about reading the social environment, following social niceties, going up, handshaking and hugging people and, fluff talk and all that fun stuff. And that's just not how you naturally work. Because, like I said before, not always, but if you have to worry about how other people feel and expressing the correct emotion and things like that, then you're going to make choices that are not completely accurate, right? I keep using the word accurate. It's not intentional, but it's just a good word for it, right? So if you're always worried about those feelings, it slows you down and makes the wrong choice sometimes, and it's not really where you want to be. But as an escort, this AI kind of style, it's buggy and stuff, but if you help it along its quest, then you're going to unlock the rewards. You're going to understand why you should put yourself in different groups to gather different people's opinions and values. And if you ignore it, then you're just going to be an asshole because you don't have the feelings. You don't really care about other people. You just want to make the correct choice, right? And I'm not saying introverted thinkers are assholes, because I have a very good introverted thinking friend. But, it's necessary to think about how other people feel. Just like for me, it's necessary to think of that extroverted thinking style and step-by-step approaches and what works and all that stuff, right? But I don't like it, but I need to do it. So same for you too. So like I said, that's how everything works for you in a quick rundown. Focus on your companion, go out there, explore the world, put your hands on things, kick things around, slam them, beat them up, and use that information that you've gained to make the correct choice, to go forward slowly but surely and just gather more real information that is going to help you out in whatever you're doing. I hope I covered everything. If I didn't, let me know right below. Some comments, questions, whatever you got. Just want to talk, do that. I'll be happy to hold a conversation with you, good sir or madam. All right, take it easy. Good luck, have fun. See ya.